Have you ever wondered why getting old, embarrassing, or just plain wrong information about you taken off the internet feels, well, basically impossible? That's exactly what we're going to break down here. It's a huge problem for so many of us, and the real solution is probably not what you think.
All right, so let's get right into it. It all boils down to this one big question. We live in a world where information is everywhere all the time, and it can stick around forever. So why is trying to reverse that, to ask to be forgotten, such an uphill battle? Let's unpack that. So first up, let's talk about the challenge itself. The very first thing you've got to understand is that getting your information removed isn't about finding some magic delete button. Not at all. It's really about navigating a complex and honestly a widely misunderstood system of rules and legal processes. And this is the absolute key. Getting something removed from Google or Bing, it's not an IT problem. You're not filing a tech support ticket. You are actually entering a formal legal process, and that process is handled by trained caseworkers whose entire job is to perform this delicate balancing act based on very specific legal principles.
Think about the person on the other side of your request. That caseworker isn't your enemy. Their job is simply to follow the law. Data protection rules like the GDPR in Europe, and to make a decision that the search engine can legally stand behind. For them, it is not personal whatsoever. It's all about following a very strict legal playbook.
Okay, and this is where a lot of people and even a lot of services get it wrong. You see that simple online form on a search engine's website, and you think, great, this must be easy. But the real complexity is hidden just below the surface, and that's exactly why generic, one-size-fits-all approaches just don't work. And the difference is just massive. On one side, you have these services that are often just SEO or marketing companies in disguise. They're just filling out the same standard forms you would, putting in these broad catch-all requests. But on the other side, you have specialist solicitors who live and breathe this specific area of law. They aren't just filling out a form, they're drafting custom legal arguments, they're anticipating objections, and they actually understand the patterns of the caseworkers making the decisions.
This is so incredibly important to get your head around. This is an area of law that is unbelievably fact-sensitive. The exact words you use, the specific piece of evidence you bring forward, or even just how a single detail is framed, any one of those things can be the deciding factor between success and failure. It's a game of nuance, not a game of brute force.
Now, at the very heart of these decisions is something called the proportionality test. This is that balancing act we were just talking about. The caseworker is literally weighing two things on a scale. On one side, your fundamental right to privacy, and on the other, the public's interest in having access to that information. A specialist's job is to tip that scale in your favor by making the most powerful, legally sound case for why your privacy should win out.
So what is it that really gives this specialist approach such an advantage? It's not magic, not at all. It's a deep, practical understanding of a very niche system, and that kind of understanding only comes from one thing: experience.
After you've handled these cases for years, you start to see things you just can't learn from a book. You see the patterns. You know which legal arguments actually connect with caseworkers. You know what kind of evidence carries the most weight. And, maybe most importantly, you know how to get ahead of those inevitable public interest arguments before they're even raised.
And just try to put yourself in the caseworker's shoes for a second. They're looking at thousands and thousands of these requests. So when a submission comes in from a firm they recognize, a firm that has a long history of sending them well-structured, balanced, and legally solid arguments, it just naturally gets a different level of attention. That credibility is earned year after year.
So this brings us to the actual craft of it all. How does a specialist take all this knowledge, all this experience, and use it to build a case that is literally designed to succeed right from the start? Well, it's a very methodical process. It all begins with a really deep dive into the specific facts of your situation. From there, you identify the absolute strongest legal reason for the removal. Then, like we've said, you anticipate the counterarguments and you build your response right into the initial submission. And finally, it's about maintaining a respectful, constructive conversation, not an aggressive fight. So the whole goal here isn't to force or bully a search engine into submission. The goal is to give the caseworker a clear, logical, legally sound path to saying yes. You are essentially making their job easier by giving them all the legal justification they need to approve your request. I absolutely love this quote because it just perfectly sums up the entire strategy. It's about collaboration, not combat. It's about understanding their legal obligations and working within that system to get the result you need. Believe me, that approach is so much more effective than just sending angry demands.
Okay, let's pull all of this together. Now that we understand the legal framework, the specialist mindset, what does that successful path to removal actually look like in the end? What are the key ingredients?
See, it's never just one thing. It's the combination of everything we've talked about. It's the strategic insight that comes from deep experience, the credibility that's been built over time, the creativity to frame legal arguments in the most powerful way, and that collaborative, respectful approach. That specific combination is what can turn what feels like a lost cause into a successful removal.